Angel Reese doubles down on Caitlin Clark's stance as WNBA star opens up on rivalry. Reese and Clark have been two of the standout performers in the WNBA this past season, and much talk has centered around the duo's relationship with one another. WNBA star Angel Reese has moved once again to cool any talk of a rivalry between herself and Caitlin Clark, claiming, "I don't have any hard feelings towards her." Much has been made of the relationship between the two rookies since they first crossed paths in their Amateur Athletic Union (AAU) days. Reese represented Maryland before moving on to LSU, while Clark honed her skills in Iowa. Both young stars are now plying their trade in the WNBA, with Reese starring for Chicago Sky while Clark shines for Indiana Fever. And there's been a clamor to find out how two of the league's brightest talents really feel about one another. However, despite some fans believing the two have a rocky relationship, Reese has again shut down any talk of a feud. "I think it's just competition and competition since college," she said in an interview with Complex. "I've been playing against Caitlin since we were probably in 8th or 9th grade. We were both really competitive. I went to Maryland. She went to Iowa and we competed there. So people don't know the legacy of us being able to play against each other for a really long time." Obviously, social media is going to put two women against each other, and I think that it's something that's been negative but also positive. It shines light on women's basketball, so I'll take that, being the person that gets the hate. But at the end of the day, I know I'm the person that's growing basketball and helping women's basketball. I don't have any hard feelings toward her, and she doesn't have any hard feelings towards me. It's just basketball, and it gets crazy sometimes. Tongues were set wagging over a potential beef between the pair when, in a national championship game between LSU and Iowa, Reese made two gestures on the court that some fans perceived as a dig at the Fever star. Reese opting for the "you can't see me" hand wave, while pointing to her ring finger in Clark's vicinity, did little to holster any chatter about a conflict between the two. After LSU defeated Iowa, fans were quick to criticize Reese for her alleged trash-talking. However, Clark had made the same gesture earlier in the tournament and dismissed the criticism outright, saying to ESPN, "I don't think Angel should be criticized at all." Despite only facing Clark twice during their collegiate careers, Reese has endured heavy criticism for the supposed rivalry, with the drama escalating to fierce levels after both players were drafted into the WNBA. The negativity directed at Reese has also taken a disturbing turn, with the 22-year-old facing death threats. During an episode of her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, the forward claimed it was fan-led hysteria that had created a history between the two, while addressing the consequences the assumed friction had drummed up. "So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans, that are, they ride for her, and I respect that, respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful," Reese said. Ahead of their 2024 Elite Eight rematch, Reese once again was eager to extinguish any rumors of a grudge settling in between her and Clark in a post-game interview with ESPN, saying, "I don't think people realize it's not personal. I think people just take it like we hate each other. Me and Caitlin Clark don't hate each other. I want everybody to understand that." Despite the perhaps fan-generated controversy, the two have consistently supported each other while proving themselves on the court, and even played together in the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. Clark shattered records this season with her scoring, three-pointers, and led the league with an impressive 8.4 assists per game. Reese, on the other hand, has earned her place as the rebound queen among rookies, averaging 13 per game. She has also averaged 13 points a contest as she now looks set to carve out her own legacy in the big leagues.